Welcome, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Straight Up No Bullshit. Oh, hold on. I'm getting feedback here. Hold on a second. All right, how's that? Is that got the feedback? All right, beautiful.
Yeah, we're good.
Sorry, everybody. Hey, we're good. This is the first time we're actually going live for a conversation. So, welcome. Let's start this over again. Welcome to Straight Up No Bullshit. We are talking about Trump's triumph, the positive awakening of America. And tonight we're going to dive deep into what Trump's victory means for America. After the years of lies and manipulation and bullshit that's been shoved down Americans' throats, they've woken up to the truth. That's why we won. And I think we're going to wake up even more as we're pushing past this fear mongering and embracing positivity and a common sense future. So welcome, Sal. Welcome, Don. Glad you're here on the show. Glad to be live.
Absolutely.
Beautiful. And so just so you know, we should be running live on Rumble, on YouTube and X, as well as here on the Riverside app. I see we got some people that are streaming here live, and I believe we can also ask questions. So give me 1 second to pull up the chat here, and there we go. There's the chat. So you can, if you're asking a question or putting a comment on Rumble or YouTube or on the Riverside app, we should be able to see it right here. So I'm going to leave the chat open, and we'll do that. So welcome. You know what? There's been I don't know about you all, but I've been seeing a lot of stuff going back and forth. First of all, let's all congratulate you guys all, everybody, all the freedom fighters, all of the patriots, all of the Americans that said, you know what, enough is enough with all the left woke bullshit. We're tired of the crap. We're tired of being lied to. We're tired of all the divisiveness and all of the fear mongering. We're tired of the fucking men competing in women's sports and kids having their shit chopped off. Enough is enough. And we are, America spoke up and we won that. So, but this is just the beginning, because guess what? We got about 4 months before he actually takes office, and a lot can happen in that 4 months. And I'm seeing stuff already. These lefty lunatics are actually, I'm sorry. There are some people that are being cordial, say, listen, hey, you know what? It doesn't matter how you voted, what happened, if you for it, against it, whatever. At the end of the day, we're still friends. We're still family. You have cordial conversations. But then you got people that are fucking losing their shit. They're crying. They're getting hysterical. They're getting on TikTok and Instagram and screaming and yelling and calling names. And, where's the peace? Where's the joy? Where's the love?
Joy. Yeah, joy's gone.
Now we're racist. Now we're misogynists. We're fucking, fascist. We're destroying the country. It's absolute insanity. So let's talk about the mainstream media's biases. Let's talk about the public's rejection of the leftist narratives. But let's talk about the reaction people are having, as well as the potential future that we're seeing in America's future here.
Well, first and foremost, I think a big thing is I think a lot of people put a lot more energy into helping the right thing happen and getting Trump elected. I mean, I sent out 1 million texts, memes, calling people, working on this podcast. I think everybody's been doing a little bit to try and spread the awareness on what's going wrong here in America and why we actually need some leadership that's going to create some betterment for us rather than making things worse. And so thank you for everyone that's been putting a little bit more energy into that, because I think that was very important, and I think that it created an urgency for America to figure out that we needed to save this country.
Yeah, they showed up in record numbers. Even the early voting was insane. The people who showed up to early vote. And majority of them were, I think, the independents and the Republicans. So I thought that was a good thing. Although I still was nervous because I wasn't sure. And I was worried about 2020, when I think, my opinion, is they manufactured votes and cheated. So that was my big concern.
Well, I saw a post today. Maybe it was when you guys, Don, posted it about the number of votes that came through. And if I'm not mistaken, hold on, let me pull up the stats here. Where'd it go here? It was like 120 million votes. But for 2020, it was 156 million votes. Mm-hmm. So it was so disproportionate to what normally would happen, and you got to wonder what's going on. Now, I heard from some of my fellow patriots who have their ear to the ground from a lot of different sources that the powers that be, some of the, let's call them the puppet masters, that said basically, you know what, if you cheat and you get caught, you're going to get hung. You know, they're not going to let you pass this time. And so, you know, but then again, I honestly think that a lot of these lefty lunatics I should say lunatics. They know what they're doing. They're just evil motherfuckers. I think they're on Epstein's list. I think they're on P. Diddy's list. And guess what? And there's going to be other shit that's going to come out that they're petrified that's going to come out. And that's part of why they went from when all of their other, face it, you know, they tried to impeach him. They tried to kill him. Then they tried to arrest him. They tried to convict him. They tried to kill him. I mean, they threw you know, Elon Musk has got a picture on Twitter with the kitchen sink. You know, they threw everything but the kitchen sink at Trump. And guess what? He still won. You know, and because they know that their time, they're the ticking time bomb. Their time is up. And I hope to God Trump doesn't do what he did last time, which was he let Hillary slide. He let these people slide.
Exactly.
That should have been gone to jail. I'm sorry. You know what? We're not attacking you, but you know what? If it's obvious, if you've done a crime, it's time for you to fucking do the time.
Well, yeah, they were quick to throw the January 6th people behind bars.
Absolutely.
What did they do other than show up for a rally? I mean, you know, I mean, I don't know. But to clarify what you had talked about earlier about the votes, okay? I got the stats right here in front of me. In 2004, 120 total votes cast, 121 million. 08, 129 million, which was a record one because I believe that was the Obama one.
Okay.
2012, 126 million. 2016, 128 million. 2020 was 155 million. And then this year, which was supposed to be a record one as well, was 129 million, which means there was 25 to 30 million manufactured votes because we did not lose population in the last 4 years. As a matter of fact, we gained an extra 22 million people. So
yeah, I wonder from where.
So it just shows you it doesn't matter. It's water under the bridge, but hopefully those people will get prosecuted. So it's 25 to 30 million manufactured votes in 2020. I have the stats right here.
Yeah, well, shout out to Laura Trump because she made sure that there were a bunch of attorneys at every polling place in every state to keep an eye on things. And in 2020, if you remember, they were taping up the windows.
Yeah.
So people couldn't see in, and they were saying, well, it's so we don't spread COVID. Now you try to make that connection. I can't.
Exactly. Well, you know what? We talked about this on the podcast probably 4 or 5 months ago. I said we need to have a militia, not a militia with guns, but a militia of patriots that are going to every polling station to make sure, let me see your ID. Let me see your passport. If you're not a U.S. citizen, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
And I'm glad they did that because I'm telling you, there was shenanigans going on. You saw what the voting boxes that they bombed. I mean, they literally had them on fire, trying to destroy voting boxes with votes.
That's right. I forgot about that.
It's like, come on, people.
And you guys wonder why I was nervous.
I know. Well, hey, it's okay to be nervous, you know, but it's okay to be diligent. But we have to focus on the positive, you know, because that's what we have, and we have a chance to literally have the roaring 1980s again. I believe how good life was in the 80s. It was awesome, and we can have that again.
I believe that we're really gonna see. In my opinion, I think that without problems, you never search for betterment, right? You just put it on the status quo. Yep. And I believe that we've hit so many problems that people are at the bottom of the ocean and they're kicking off the floor. They're going for the surface, and people are going to be swimming hard. And I think that a lot of things are really going to start getting better. Now, obviously, there's a lot of damage that's been done to this country and to the citizens of this country. And I think that, obviously that doesn't happen overnight. But I think things are going to start getting better because I think there's such a need for it. And So I have and thank God for Elon Musk. I will tell you that, because
Yes.
him purchasing X, which was Twitter,
Yeah.
he opened up the free speech. Now, there was a lot of stuff that a lot of people did not know until they opened that up. Now, if you got a lot of these people that are on the opposing side, they'd say it's all misinformation. But if it was misinformation, they would have got their truthful information, because they could have got on the X too to debunk it, but it wouldn't work, because you can't defy the truth with lies. It doesn't work. But if you have a system that supports lies, then you can suppress the truth. That's the only way. So right now, I think, thank God for Elon Musk, because a lot of people knew a lot of things about the administration that is in present time in the United States, and the puppeteers. And there's a lot of things that's very obvious to people now. But if we didn't have that open line of free speech, I think that a lot of people may not have voted like they did.
You're right.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have. They wouldn't have. And it's, the free speech. I mean, when it comes down to it, and Elon Musk said it best. I think it was on the Joe Rogan podcast, that if you take away the First Amendment, there's a reason why it's the first one, because without free speech, we have nothing. We have no democracy. We have none of it. And so it starts with free speech. And when they start censoring it, and you know what? I was watching some clips today from MSNBC. They're already talking. Oh well, if we kiboshed the misinformation, and if we regulated social media, because the government's never been able to do that, then we would have a more democracy, or some bullshit that they were putting. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? You want to cancel it because you're shit. People have called you on it, and they're done with that shit. I want to show a couple of clips here that I think I just thought was fantastic. And is it coming up here? Here we go. Yeah. So here is this was I think it was this one here. So let me. Oh no, that's not it. Hold on a second.
Well, they're definitely imploding, because they are just off the reservation. They are so angry.
They are.
And I was able to see some clips of The View. I don't know if you guys seen any clips, but Wednesday morning,
yes.
They all came out in black except for Whoopi. Probably couldn't find anything to fit her, I'm thinking. I don't know.
Quadruple extra large?
But they all came out wearing black because they were in mourning, and it's just so pathetic.
Yeah.
So I want to share something to you, because somehow, some way, because I donated money to the Republican Party, to Trump specifically, and I get 500 bazillion texts and emails and everything. Somehow, some way, the Democratic Party got my number. And here's a text that I got. And I've got it before the election, and I actually got it this morning. And here's what it says. It says, I'm begging, sign the petition to pass Chuck Schumer's No Kings Act and strip Trump of his immunity. And it gives some attachment.
Wow.
So they're still presently trying
Schumer's
to get
done.
him.
He got fired.
Is he out of there?
He lost. Yeah, he's done. He's lost.
Well,
but
he lost his bid.
But he's still there until they.
Well, I think until January. Yeah.
No, I know, but they're trying to strip Trump of his immunity.
If they do it, trust me. If the right has finally realized what they're trying to do, and I think they would kibosh it. But I will tell you this: that you're right. They are trying to instigate it. If you listen to Kamala's concession speech, almost 24 hours later.
Yeah, wasn't that nice?
It lasted 14 minutes, and she said the word fight 18 times.
Yeah,
I counted. At first I was thinking, I'm hearing it, because you learn patterns, and there's something called neuro-linguistic programming, NLP, and NLP is a way of using speech and language, and there's a lot to it. And I'm a neophyte when it comes to this stuff, but I know enough to be dangerous. That when you repeat things a certain way, what you're doing is you're actually programming people's minds. So she's talking about fight, roll up the sleeves, organize, mobilize, stay engaged. To some of the words, this is extraordinary, good world. But then roll up your sleeves and fight for freedom and justice. Take a stand, be our charge. The law of history, the light of faith and truth and service, and then they fight, fight, fight. So they're discombobulating stuff. So we wonder why these people are losing their shit. They've been mentally beaten down, and they've been lied to and conditioned by the left and the media that controls them. And then we wonder why they're having fucking meltdowns. We wonder why they've got a Trump derangement syndrome, because they're losing their shit.
Well,
if you listen to Hillary's speech in 2016, her concession speech, which she too did the next day and didn't show up that night, and then listen to Kamala's, very, very similar.
Oh, I watched it. Yeah. We'll
did you see? She just about copied it, not word for word, but the key points.
Yep.
Because she can't come up with anything. There's no way.
So one thing I wanted to mention is, and I've talked to a lot of people about this, and before and after the election, and I think people they finally feel confident in our government. They feel confident, and hopefully these people start spending money and get this economy growing again, because a lot of people were fearful not only of the world war that was going to happen, but we're fearful that they didn't know where this economy was going, and people have been holding on to money. And everybody I know with small, medium-sized business, even the very big businesses, right? They're all struggling, and people aren't spending their money because they're all holding on to their shekels, right? And so now it seems like as I'm talking to people, they have hope, and hope is a huge thing, because now they're feeling a little bit better about maybe put money in the stock market. That's growing. Cryptocurrency, that's growing. Everything's growing in the last 72 hours. How many hours have it been? 48 hours. The thing is when people don't have confidence, they're not investing, they're not spending, they're not moving the economy needle. It's staying stagnant or going down. And so I think that is one huge thing about this change, is I think people's hope is going to get this economy rocking and rolling again.
Absolutely.
I want to touch upon what you said earlier, Don, about the text you got.
Yeah.
It was reported probably about 2 hours ago that Judge Merchan is now thinking over of dropping the case against Trump.
I saw that too. Absolutely.
That was reported, and we all know that Jack Smith is done. I mean, he's done. So that case is going to go away, because Trump's supposed to be sentenced, in about a week or so?
Yeah, November 20 something.
Yeah, or 2 weeks. So now he's mulling over just getting rid of the case, dropping the case, the charges. So that would be a big win. Well, and that would put Schumer's little bid there that he texts you out. That would be done.
I mean, it was trumped up charges. I mean, they took a misdemeanor and convoluted it into a felony and all this, and it was horse shit. We all know it was horse shit. A lot of the we talked about this on most of the let's call it alternative. I honestly, the podcasts that we listen to or on, I mean, that's really mainstream media these days. I mean, you look at Joe Rogan, you look at David Rubin, you look at the PDB guys. I mean, they're sharing, they're spotlighting a lot of this stuff, this craziness that's being shared out there, and they're the truth tellers, and they're exposing it, and that's what it's all about. We have to.
That's what we're doing. We're counteracting the mainstream media,
right?
So there is an outlet for the conservatives. There is an outlet, and that's what we're providing, like Rogan and everyone else, which is good. And I don't know if that was very prevalent in 2020 or 16 as much as it is today.
Exactly. So I like when opportunities, like when we talk about Bob Marley songs, whatever, when one door closes, many will open. Well, one of the things that you guys, just relevant to what you guys are talking about, is critical thinking. Okay. And in the last 4 years with the bullshit medias that suppressed all the free speech, anybody with critical thinking was canceled. Right. And most people don't like being canceled. Me personally, cancel me. I don't really give two shits. Okay, I don't care. But I think what happens is people start doing critical thinking, okay, and they start coming up with alternative ideas to common thought. What happens is we become more creative. Okay, we become more creative, and it will open up many more doors. And I wrote this down. So I was even thinking, like, okay, a lot of these things that in the past we thought it was how we did things, and this is how it was, and I think like Hollywood, sports, media. It's going to come in new forms, right? It's going to be new forms, and it's going to leave the old ones behind. And so the thing is it's going to open up a lot of opportunity for a lot of new people. It's not going to be the same avenue where, like even Hollywood, if you don't have nepotism, right? Or if the chick didn't blow to produce or whatever kind of nonsense they're pulling, then you're not in. It was all that stuff. But once you start doing the creativity and it opens up opportunities, it opens up genuine opportunities for people to make money. So I think it's going to be a real good thing now that free speech is going to be out there. And I think that a lot of these things are going to be unveiled, that they've been suppressing free speech and they've been pushing the agendas, and all of these things are really they're kind of like nepotism, right? Like, who do you know? Who did you blow? And at the end of the
there's a bumper sticker right there.
No, but I'm dead serious. Like,
brought to you by Straight Up No Bullshit.
Hey man, that's the name of the show. You know?
Well, one thing we learned is that star power is irrelevant these days. It's not going to work anymore.
I saw a thing today where it was like basically everybody, all the stars that got behind Kamala, and it was somewhere it was literally like 2 trillion when you look at all the views, and I mean it was some insane amount of time. It's just exasperating. It didn't move the needle, and then you get someone like Joe Rogan, who's out there sharing truth and sharing alternative perspectives. He gets Trump on there. He gets Elon Musk on there. He gets JD Vance on there. Yeah. Kamala refuses because honestly, she couldn't last 30 minutes, let alone 3 hours.
Well, let's be fair now. She didn't refuse.
Oh, you're right.
She said she only wanted an hour, but he had to go to her.
Right.
And he says, absolutely not. So she could say, I didn't refuse. I was just so busy. He had to come to me.
Right. Horseshit.
Which is
fuck you.
BS.
Sorry, it is bullshit. But it's the Trump derangement. So I want to bring this up, and we're gonna take it off of Candace Owens' stuff because she did great. She edited a bunch of stuff together. So I'm gonna share this. This is what happens when people buy into the bullshit, and all they do is they're glued to the mainstream media, and it's absolute insanity. So this is the kind of shit that we're seeing on here. So let me do this, and let me make sure that we can share.
Is this video or audio?
It's video.
Okay, great.
Hold on, here we go. Uh-oh. Wait, hold on a second. Why am I not getting any... Hold on, any sound.
Everybody's losing it, especially the millennials. They are just beside themselves.
What's your hydro?
Here we go.
Zelensky's going to be, if you don't...
Fuck, I lost the spot. Damn it. Hold on, here we go. Sorry, folks. We're new to doing live here, so just please be patient with us. Normally we edit this and I'll have all the clips ready and make it all pretty and beautiful. Doing it live is crazy. Well, so let's look at some of the media lies here that were highlighted on MSNBC real quick.
I have to interpret for you guys along the way. So let's take a listen. Once you're hydrated, you need to connect with the fact that a defining feature of Trump 2.0 is the promise to decimate American communities by targeting immigrants for mass deportation. This could be the expulsion of millions of people who are already contributing members of our society and who live here with their families. On election night, MSNBC's Paula Ramos joined mixed status families in Phoenix, Arizona to monitor the outcomes and to listen to their fears and concerns. And here is what some of them had to say.
Es algo muy espantoso y me da mucha ansiedad pensar en lo que esto significará por la comunidad inmigrante, siendo hija de papás inmigrantes y indocumentadas. También me da mucha ansiedad.
Okay, so that was Regina, and she's...
So this is my take on what I think they should be doing. First of all, just like they've talked about, Trump's talked about it. JD Vance talked about it. I think even Elon Musk and Vivek have talked about it. Is that the first thing they're going to do is they're going to go after all the ones that have committed crimes. All of the ones that have committed crimes, they're in jail. I think it's like 1.5 million to 2 million, somewhere in the numbers. They're immediately on the boat. You're fucking out of here. Okay. taking Guantanamo Bay. I don't care where you go, just get them out of our country.
Give them a life jacket.
Exactly, they're done. So then what you do is you go after the ones that are, go after the gangs, the ones that are the Guatemalan gangs that are taking over, Colorado and a bunch of these apartment complexes. If the Haitians are eating dogs and pets and cats, if that's true, which I think there's some evidence that does show that it is true, maybe they don't belong here either, or maybe we need to figure something out. But I think what you do is you go after the deplorables first. You go after the people that are not contributing to society, the ones that have just literally recently come over, and you can tell that because even if someone, okay, I get it. Sometimes you do want to escape, the tyranny you lived at. I mean, my parents, I should say, my mother and my grandparents, and with my uncle, escaped Russia, Estonia, when the Russians were invading, right? I mean, on foot, made their way from Estonia down to Germany. Do the math. That's a long distance. And guess what? They spent 3 years in a German refugee camp before they even were able to get out to Ellis Island. And then it was even a few more years after that before they got citizenship, okay? But they did it the proper way when under persecution. I get it. So if you've got someone who's been here, let's say they're illegal, and they've been here for 5 years, 10 years, but they're contributing, they got jobs, they got businesses, whatever it is, fine. We fast track them. We put them on a list where they can start getting their green card and all the process of becoming a naturalized citizen, because they've shown that they're not a detriment, a danger to society. They're here. We're not going to break up their parents. We're not going to break up their kids, send them away. We're gonna assist them because that's what Americans do, right? However, the 20 million that have come across, which we know a lot of them are fucking part of the drug cartel. I mean, and you know what? The intelligence agencies can do this. If they wanted to get rid of these people, they can find out who these people are and get rid of them. And you know what? Oh, I hope that's what they do.
Well, to summarize what you said, what it boils down to is are you a deficit to society, right? Or are you creating for the system, right? Are you paying taxes? Are you employing people? Are you employed? Are you paying rent? Did you buy a house? Did you buy a car? Are you contributing to our economy, right? I think that's really what it boils down to, other than the obvious criminals and gangs and stuff like that. And as far as the Haitians go, if they're eating dogs, I think we get them jobs at the Anti-Cruelty Society. And any of the dogs that are going to be put down, they could just feed these people and send them back to Haiti.
Correct.
Haiti.
Well, I agree. It should be a fast track. And I think that was brought up years ago. I mean, even Trump had stated that we want people to come here. They just have to do it the right way.
Correct.
And if you're here, like you said, Marcus, that they're contributing and not a deficit, Don, then I agree with that. They're contributing. That's fine. Get them vetted and get them, keep them here.
Yeah.
But that's not the problem that we've had for the last 4 years. It's the criminals. It's the fentanyl that's coming across the border. I mean, like I said, I have a friend who said that he loves them coming over because they're taking all the jobs in the fields and the slaughterhouses that no one else wants. And my question is, well, what did the farmers and the slaughterhouse people do before Biden?
Right, correct.
There were people here to take the job.
Yes,
so I just think there's no legitimacy to that statement. There just isn't.
Absolutely. And then you have people like this who are freaking out because they think their rights have been removed. Let me share this clip here real quick here with you. And I think I've got it all set up properly. So this one should go a little smoother. Allow the sound. Here we go. Oh, hold on.
How did we get here? How did we get here? What in the Alice in Wonderland nightmares is going on right now?
All I can say is how dare you?
If you voted for that man, if you voted for anybody other than Kamala, and you live in one of the states that it was, close, or if you didn't vote, you.
It's not gonna happen.
Oh my God.
I chose family. I chose women. I chose America. I love you.
How the is this still happening? All I've ever known politically is hatred.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with you.
I'm not with you and your mother and your sister.
Bye-bye.
All of this.
We're done with you.
Sorry. So my friends were Trump supporters. And you don't understand how scared of this man I am.
I'm sorry,
It is
but
not.
it's just it is pretty
Is that real or are those actors? Is that real?
Oh my god!
Oh, I'm sure it's real.
It is so real. I've seen so many TikToks. We're using Candace, and thank you, Candace Owens, for putting these clips together, because I didn't have time to go through and edit all these TikToks. I was downloading some of them and screen sharing them, screen copying them, and
how are they going to handle life?
Well, again, and it's the left. They set them up for this. They've been lying to them, the left and the media, and now these people have serious mental disorders. You know, whether you want to call it Trump derangement order or whatever, but we need to get. Vivek was talking about it early in his campaign, because I was supporting him back in the beginning. Was that we need to bring back mental institutions? They literally closed them down. I forget how many years ago that was. And, let these people loose. And it's like, you know what? I'm sorry. Some people are just, I've lost it. And
you can't even say that word anymore.
No, you can't. But it's the truth. I mean, this show's about truth. It's about exposing the lies, telling the truth, straight up, no bullshit. That's what it's all about. And we need to, right now, the big thing on Facebook is they're putting a big black dot, like a black, it's all black on their profile picture, and some scenes on their banners, and they're protesting because they're fighting. Because Kamala said, "Fight, fight, fight" in her concession speech, and there's all kinds of rhetoric going on. I saw on MSNBC they're talking about when we have to protest and we have to do these things. I wrote down some notes here because I'm like, are you fucking for real? It's like, because the Democrats have been lying to them about Trump this entire time and how this is connected to a mental crisis, and that blame is on mainstream media. They're the ones that have driven them the lies about Trump derangement syndrome. And guess what? I think what's going to happen is these mainstream media have to have a lobotomy done and get back to real journalism and cut the bullshit, or they're done. They're gone, because guess what? We've proven through all the different podcasts and all the different media shows. Tucker's got his own network. Daily Wire's got their network. Newsmax has got their network. That we don't need mainstream media anymore. But again, there's so much money out there. I think they're going to have to reform, or they're going to go away. Look at Bezos with the New York Times or New York Post. The New York Post. I forget which one it is, but literally they pulled the endorsement away from Kamala. We will not endorse Kamala.
I believe that was the New York Times. Okay. I believe, because that was a shocker for them. Mm-hmm. New York Post is conservative. New York Times is not. So I think it was the Times, but no, you're spot on, Marcus. But these kids, these millennials, are getting their news, like I've stated on other shows, from TikTok, from YouTube, and watching these people that are feeding them this poison, and they believe it.
Correct.
They're not smart enough to go out there and try to get the answers themselves. So they just run with it. Yeah. Now, they're looking for attention, obviously, because if you're that upset, you're going to sit in your room and you're going to cry and get over it. But they have to start the phone, start the recording, and make sure they get their message out there that they're crying and they're upset.
Correct.
So,
well, it's attention. It's the me society. Look at me, snowflakes. Oh my gosh, I got my feelings hurt. And now the rhetoric is, we're taking away women's rights. Women we're sending them back into the 40s. It's going to be the Handmaid's Tale and all this bullshit. And that is absolutely not the case. No one's lost their rights. No one's lost anything. I don't care if you're gay, sure, maybe trans rights. There's some issues about. Guess what? You're not competing in men's sports or women's sports if you're a man. You're not going into women's locker rooms if you're a dude. If you got a schlong, guess what? You're not going into the ladies' bathrooms.
No schlongs.
Should be. No schlongs allowed. Big bad bumper sticker. There's another bumper sticker for straight up no bullshit. No schlongs in bathrooms. Done. Whatever.
In girls' bathrooms.
In girls' bathrooms, exactly.
What you're talking about, it all goes back to accountability. When you said, that they didn't do any research, right?
Right.
They said it on the news, and this is what it is, and blah blah blah. Well, really, you're not being accountable, because if you're accountable, you'd say, I don't know if I believe that. I do or I don't. I'm gonna do a little research here. Okay, you do a little bit. You'd have to do maybe 5 minutes worth of research now with these phones, right?
Right.
Take you 5 minutes to figure some shit out, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, that wasn't true, or oh, that was only 10% true, and it's accountability. People do not critical think because it's holding themselves accountable for understanding the data and information. That's basically all it is.
Correct.
Well, you have to also think about the professors at the colleges, what they're teaching. I know we've talked about that before.
Yeah.
And then I sent you guys a link the other night, just for the heck of it. I searched on Chat GPT. I says, why is Kamala a moron? And this is what I put in there. I'm being honest. I put, why is Kamala a moron, and why should I vote for her for president? And they went off. Chat GPT sent me this thing of women's rights, all this. Then I said, why is Trump a moron? Why should I vote for him? And I'm telling you, Chat GPT named all these negative things about him.
Right.
I ended up sending the whole thing to Newsmax. Of course, I didn't hear anything back. But
right.
So when you say, Don, grab your phone and do your research, I caution that, because where are you doing your research? Google's suppressing it, Chat GPT.
Yep.
So where do you go?
Well, no, but you can come up with the initial ideas, right? Initial ideas where to go. Okay, it doesn't matter where you go. What happens is you any piece of information you have to test it out, right? If they said burgers taste the best uncooked, right? You just say, okay, they're the best uncooked, so I'm going to go into a burger joint and get an uncooked burger. Okay, no, you're an idiot. Okay, cook it, right? Does it taste better? Taste it uncooked. Oh, no, you know what? I kind of like it somewhere in between. So I like it medium rare is how I like my burger. It's not that difficult to come up with what's real and what's not. It's just people aren't willing to put any time into
that's
their
it.
thinking.
They're lacking, like you said, the critical thinking of reading something. Like search it like I did. I put in both sides. I went against Kamala. I went against Trump just to see.
I will tell you this, though. If you were to change the prompt and say, I am an America First patriot conservative, and then ask the question, you'll get a totally different answer.
Well, it's possible, sure.
No,
I believe that.
It's definitely, because I've done it, I've tested it.
Oh, you've done it. Okay.
Yeah, I've tested it, because when I put in topics for us, because I like to, let's face it, these tools are phenomenal for helping us. So I put in an outline of topics, and I say, please give me an outline. I'm America First. I lean conservative. I am some libertarian ideas, and give it to me in the voice of Tucker Carlson and David Rubin. And I'm telling you, it is so different. The output that comes out than if I was to just put it directly. So it proves to you that these technology companies are definitely programmed to go to the left.
Gotcha. Okay. And that's what I see. I tried to keep it simple and put both of them down in the same question.
That's perfect, because it just shows you the bias. The media bias is great. So I want to share this clip with you guys real quick. And then, Don, I want to jump to you because I know you wanted something to say. But this dude, it was phenomenal. And he caught it spot on with what is really going on with the left and why they got their asses handed to them. So give me 1 second here. Let me put this on live. Let me share the screen. Hey man, we're nailing this. We're figuring out this technology going live shit.
Well, like even Google, people Google things. Who do you think runs Google? I mean, come on, are you kidding me?
Exactly. All right, here we go. There we go. Here, let's watch this.
The Democrat faces, because Donald Trump had such an amazing turnout, because so many patriots came out to have their voices heard. I'm not going to do that. I'm definitely not going to do that. What I'm going to say is this. What you saw last night was the American people saying, we're tired of Democrats fucking with our children. We're tired of the mainstream media colluding with the Democrats to mess with our children. We're tired of the mainstream media colluding with Democrats, as well as the rhinos who are on the right, to poison our food supply and basically just strip away our rights. This was us saying no more. But what's going to happen is this. The news media hasn't got the memo. You're a dying, dead dinosaur. it's over for you. So you can continue to tell the American people that Donald Trump is a fascist and a racist and that men are misogynists and that we're racist and Nazis and all other bullshit. The majority of Americans already said it's not true. Or you can start doing the right thing, start apologizing for the lies and salacious shit you've been saying for the last 8 years, and get to be in the news again.
Yep.
How about you report something that's real, truthful, and factual? How about you stop with the propaganda and stop trying to divide the nation? Something has to be done about the mainstream media, because it's them that got the nation really divided and fucked up. They've been doing it on behalf of Democrats and rhinos. I'm sure there's a lot of...
I agree with that.
Yep,
I agree with that. So I just got a text from one of our viewers,
Okay.
and it says, she was talking about when you had the people crying about the Trump got elected.
Right.
I told one of my friends is like this now, unhinged because Kamala lost. USA will be in chaos now because Trump won. That's because these millennials never learned how to lose. Everyone got a trophy just for playing.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's true.
So that's,
I mean, we created the snowflake. I mean, so we have to. There's going to be some time. I mean, this next, even though we have to celebrate, and we have definitely saved America, as I put out in all of the social posts and everything that I did out there. The work starts now. The real work begins now, because now it's about all of us continuing to tell the truth, continuing to educate people, continuing to shed the spotlight on the lies, on all the crap that's going on. Exactly what this gentleman just said, the news media, and start educating it. And we'll bring more. I mean, if you think about it, all of the major podcasters, Joe Rogan, David Rubin, not Kamala. I'm sorry, Candace Owens. There's another lady. I forget her name.
Megyn Kelly.
Megyn Kelly. They were all left. They were all on left. And guess what? They had an eye-opening moment. So I think this election is one of those other eye-opening moments. COVID was a big awakening for a lot of people. You know, what do you mean I'm locked up? I can't go do this. I can't. What do you mean my freedoms? I can't. You know, what do you mean I have to wear a mask? You know, I mean, there are certain defining moments that get people. It's almost like it pushes them over the edge, or it gets them to that critical mass, or like Don, like you said, it gets them down so low where they have no other option but to start clawing at and searching for the truth and searching for answers and searching for a way out. And that's where the Great Awakening is coming about. And so there's so much positive that we do have to share. I mean, I can't wait to hear some of the upcoming media outlets. I really hope over the next week or two, we hear from JD Vance. I hope we hear from Vivek.
Yeah.
I hope we hear from Tucker Carlson more. I hope we hear from Elon Musk and Trump himself sharing what the plans are, giving people the hope. Because right now there's a vacuum right now. We've created a vacuum with this election, with these people that have just lost their shit over losing Kamala losing. So if we don't fill that vacuum with positivity and the things of where we're going to go and what we're going to do, we're going to have a bigger fight on our hands than we realize. But if we can start that now, I think we're going to be so much further ahead when, Trump puts his hand on the Bible again and swears his oath to the Constitution and to America, the people. Because guess what? We have an opportunity to have the most amazing next 4 years, honestly, the next 12 years that we've ever had. And that can continue on even further. And then, you know what? If the Democrats get their heads out of their asses and get rid of this woke bullshit and all this leftist extremist propaganda. I was talking to a different fraternity brother. He's a Sigma Nu. His name is Kevin, and he's helping us with some projects we're working on at Northern. And, and he said he was spot on. He's like, you know what? If the left doesn't rebel against this extremism, the extreme left, the stuff that I would say is borderline communism, borderline fascism, borderline Nazism, they're just going to keep losing. But I think they're smart enough to realize, hey, this shit doesn't work. And the American people aren't going to stand for it. Therefore, we may see a more moderate Democratic party coming forth in the next 4, 8, 12 years? What do you
Well,
think?
you're seeing some of the hosts on CNN start to criticize their own party.
Well, they have to.
You know,
They
Well, they're
see the
dead.
writing on the wall. They're
Yeah.
going to be looking for jobs very soon, because the only one propping up the salaries for those people is the people that are controlling them.
Yep.
Because the advertisers are not spending the money. There's no viewership on those channels anymore. And people think just because it's on TV and it's some famous person or something that it's credible, information. And the only reason that those things exist is the puppeteers are the ones paying those salaries
well,
for
let's
these
not
people.
forget George Soros too is controlling majority of the media,
He's one of them. But
and
I mean,
he's
there's
funding it, and he wants to destroy America. There is no
God,
doubt.
yeah. You know,
Well, but you got Bezos. I mean, Bezos owns what, like 200 outlets?
Yeah.
Some large amount. And so I mean, obviously he's already put his money where his mouth is, and has realized the writing on the wall that, you know what, if I don't learn to play ball with these folks, he's screwed. And
I love he didn't get the contract with NASA, because he went toe to toe with Elon Musk, and SpaceX got it.
Yep.
And Bezos didn't get it. So I was happy about that.
well, Elon's done so much for America. It's not just
God.
a free speech. I mean, look at those poor folks in North Carolina, and he gave them satellite, Starlink, in like 15 minutes after Trump gave him a call. I mean, that guy's an amazing individual, and his mind is, and so I am so happy to see him as part of our new, administration. And I want to switch gears. I want to mention something on a positive note. I think that with this election, there's going to be a lot of positive outcomes. And I think even the people that are against all of Trump and everything else, they're gonna feel some of these positive aspects. Whether it's the $2 box of eggs that went to $8, and maybe it goes back to $4 or $5 or $6, but there's a relief. Like a new car doesn't cost you $100,000. You know what I mean? Like people actually have jobs. They're making a little bit more money. There's gonna be a lot more opportunity for people. I think that there some of these people that are totally against what Trump stands for and what America stands for right now, and right now they're only interested in their special interest, right? I think that once they start seeing some of these good aspects that come out of this election, I think that they're going to even open their eyes and be a little bit awakened. So I maybe I'm hopeful, but that's what I'm hoping to see.
Well, they can't sit and call Trump that he hates women anymore, because I was just reminded in a text that he just put the first White House chief of staff female in office. He just announced it a few hours ago.
Did he tell us? Read that. Do you have that?
What it was Susan Summerall Wiles, Wiles. She was just given the White House chief of staff role. Trump announced it.
Really?
She's been with him for a long time. So anybody out there saying that, this is he doesn't like women, he didn't want a woman in there. We just picked a woman. It's the first time ever they've had a woman in that role.
That's awesome.
So, I mean, stuff like this is going to be coming out. And like you said, Don, people are going to start to pay attention. I hope they're going to start to see that all this stuff that they were slinging against him just isn't panning out. He's Hitler. He's a racist. He's a fascist. They're going to start to see, though, hey, wait a minute here. It doesn't seem that way anymore. So hopefully things will turn around for their party. But I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know if they will. I hope.
And if things actually do get better, like we all think it will,
right?
And we saw things got better the minute that they said Trump won. I know, because I'm a guy that's into crypto. The crypto market went up 13% within like 10 minutes. I mean, it just goes to show that, it's given people hope, and it's given people, the trust back in America, because people did not trust America. People didn't trust anything. They didn't trust the stock market with all the insider trading, with all these people that are doing all the insider trading and that are involved in politics. And so maybe people start putting money into the stock market.
I was just reminded that she was his campaign manager, I believe. This woman.
Good. Okay.
Really? Oh,
And did you see the clip from Morning Joe on CNN where he was, I think it was Morning Joe, when he was making a comparison, because he's actually starting to throw some digs toward his own party now.
Okay.
And he says people are starting to wake up and see that the price of butter is $3. And then the female that hosts the show with him, I don't know her name, she cut him off and said $7. He goes, $7? She goes, $7. He goes, what is it, made out of gold? So, I mean, he's even starting to see it now.
Right.
You know, because these people, you know, like these rich people, these stars, Lady Gaga and them, when's the last time they went to the store to buy eggs or butter or bread?
Nothing.
They're not.
No.
You know, they don't even he didn't know it. He said $3. He's like, $7? It's like, where have you been the last 3 years?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'd love to encourage our listeners that are watching live here to throw some questions in the chat. We'd love to hear your questions, observations, how you're feeling, some things you're seeing, both on the, you know, the crazy side as well as the positive side. We'd love to hear it. So please throw it in the chat, and I'm monitoring it here right now. So whether you're on Rumble or on YouTube or on our Riverside chat link, please throw it in there. We'd love to talk about it and answer it and make this a little more interactive and interesting for everybody. I'm going to throw this clip off. This is off of 60 Minutes that Candace had on here, and love to get your guys' comments and feedback on it. So let me share this real quick.
You got to show that one clip too.
Which one?
The AI Joe Biden one.
Oh yes, we will.
That's funny. That's funny.
Did you send it to me on
the
text?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, an email.
An email. Okay. All right, hold on. Here we go.
Well, you guys heard that the leader of Hamas has told Israel that they want to stop this, and reported this afternoon was Putin's going to be reaching out to Trump. He said real soon.
He's not even in office yet, and he's making positive changes in the world.
And what does that tell you?
It tells you
what does that tell you?
It tells you everything.
Go back to the clip now of the kids crying right after we say that.
All right. Well, hold on a second. Let me. I got to get this one queued up. So
I can't watch that shit again.
Yeah. No, I'm just making a reference.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I love it. I love it. Here we go.
We have seen one estimate that says it would cost $88 billion to deport 1 million people a year.
I don't know if that's accurate or not.
Is that what American taxpayers should expect?
What price do you put on national security? Is that worth it?
Is there a way to carry out mass deportation without separating families?
Of course there's. Families can be deported together.
I love it.
That is just the reality of the circumstances, is that everybody can go back.
There you go. Go home.
So if you're a criminal and you think, I'm going to go across the border and create chaos, I'm going to bring my family with, this way they can't deport us.
Right.
Well, right there. I like what he said. They'll send the whole family back.
Send them back.
So
exactly.
Maybe you'll think twice before you even come here.
Yep. But you know what, though? Again, we just have to, again, push back. We have to push back on the craziness because we're gonna see it. We're gonna see it. Also, so Kathy's says, I've heard there is protesting downtown Chicago. Do we have any insights on that? I've not heard anything. No,
I haven't either.
Hold on, let me see here. I'm not surprised. I'm sure there's protesting going on because, again, what did Kamala do yesterday? She used the word fight 18 times. It might even be 19 times in her little 12-minute speech. So let's look that up right now, real quick here. Protests in Chicago. I'll tell you this: Chicago's still a shit show, and even though, but you know, it's pretty amazing though, because I was watching it all night, and I was watching the PDB guys. It was awesome. We had a 250,000 streamers watching the live, and they had some kind of feed. I'm telling you, I was getting election results about 30 to 45 minutes before Fox was showing them on there.
Oh, you must have been watching Newsmax.
They might have had the same feed or whatever, but it was awesome, and they were talking about how close even Illinois, which is always because of Chicago and whatnot. I mean, the spread between
Yes,
going red
and
or
New
blue
Jersey.
was so thin.
My father told me
could have
today
felt-
it was a 9-point difference in Illinois, which is incredible when you think about it. New Jersey was real close. Telling you, he was close to the Walter Mondale thing. Remember
Trump,
when he
Reagan
when Walter Mondale only got one
50
state?
states, 49 out of
Right.
50 states. Oh my
Wasn't
God, I
it
was
far
so
off?
hoping. I was so hoping for that. But
And
that
he
was,
sweeps all the swing states?
yes,
Wow.
I mean that's huge. So here
Yeah.
it goes. So here we go. So let me share the screen with you guys so you guys can see what we're talking about. Thank you, Kathy, for sharing this. And hundreds rally in Chicago to oppose Donald Trump and express disappointment with Democrats on the heel of election. That's the headline. In front of Trump Tower. Gee, I wonder if they set that picture up. Give me a fucking break. All right, let's see here. Members of Chicago Coalition for Justice in Palestine. Okay, so again, they're doing this whole Palestine thing, and other activists gather near Trump Tower to protest the war on Gaza and President-elect Donald Trump on November. Okay, so yeah, so they're doing this. So let's listen to this. Let's listen to what this says here. Let's hear how. I'm not hearing it. I might not have hit the right button here.
It's still loading.
Hundreds of people gather.
Yeah, it's loading.
Hundreds of people gather.
Rally in Chicago to
Can you hear it?
Donald Trump and express disappointment with Democrats on heels of election.
This is just a computer-generated thing. So, the protest, the first of what organizers promise will be many in this country. You know what? This way, if you want to peacefully protest, that is your God-given, unalienable right given by the Constitution. However, when they start looting, when they start throwing Molotov cocktails, burning the city down, I'm sorry, the National Guard needs to come in and shut their asses down. And I'm sorry, I am not opposed to them using rubber bullets. And let's put some pain on these people, because no more of this shit. No more.
I'm opposed to the rubber bullets.
You're opposed to them? Why?
Use real ones.
They should use real ones.
Use real
It'll
ones.
stop it real quick.
It will.
After the first couple guys go down, I think the rest of them are going to say, "We're out of here."
Well, it still blows my mind, right? Peaceful protest. So January 6th, which I don't even think was a peaceful protest. They showed up for whatever. I don't know if they considered it a rally or maybe they considered peaceful protest. And those people were peaceful. But when they burnt down the cities, all those people got immunity. But all the people that went to Jan 6 got arrested.
You mean like Minnesota?
Yeah, my cousin that works there calls it Murderapolis.
Yeah,
Murderapolis.
It was crazy. Do you guys want to watch this this craziness of them screaming and yelling? I think it looks like there's only 200 people protesting. So again, it's not a lot, which is great.
Was that a Kamala rally?
No, this is in front of
Because that's big numbers for her.
That's 3 Kamala rallies all put together.
About it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Let's run the clip here. Here we go. System audio. Share.
That's all that system stands for! All that system stands for! And please don't get us! Hold that system! Hold that system! Donald Trump, you will see! Palestine will be free! Donald Trump!
They're all wearing masks too.
Well, yeah, they don't want to catch COVID.
No,
they're still worried about that one.
They don't want to show their faces, what they are. They're fucking pussy.
I wonder if they know that the Hamas leader has reached out to
I'm sure they
Israel.
don't.
These people are too stupid to know anything. They don't know their own names.
No, it's crazy. Thank you, Kathy, for sharing that. We appreciate that. I'm going to share this little clip here, which is good, interesting. This was about what do you call it? Work ethic, I think it is. And I thought it was interesting, getting rid of the victim mentality, because this is what we really need. This is part of what has to happen in this country for us to stop placating to these snowflakes that are out there. So let's roll this clip.
Let me just share something with
I
you.
don't know who this woman is, but
And
That
are you a
doesn't make
senior?
I'm a senior.
You're a senior. And what are you doing for work next? You're going to do criminal defense attorney. You're going to law school.
Yeah, right
Okay.
now I'm interning.
So let me just share something with you, not as a matter of politics, but it's a matter of somebody who I'm 39. I've had success in this country. My parents came from nothing. I've lived the full American dream, and I'm really grateful for that. And this is where I'm coming from when I say this. I say this to you just as a fellow citizen who wants to see you and achieve your dreams. The more you view yourself as a victim, the more likely you are to be one. The more you view yourself as empowered, the more likely you are to be empowered. I want you to be empowered.
Hired her because of her work ethic.
So
There you go. So that's what it's all about.
What hard work did she put in to get to where she's at right now?
Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
the thing. But that's it. If you want to be a victim, you're going to stay a victim. If you want to be you want to have success in your life, focus on that. And that's so true. And I think I think it's part of what we have to do, and we should incorporate that into our message here. And straight up no bullshit is sharing some tidbits that other people can share. We were spotlighting all the bullshit and the lies and so forth to win the election. Well, we've won it. We've won it. So now we need to help to bring. Honestly, we need to bring people together. And now we're not going to get everybody. I get it. There are some people that are so far on the fringe that Jesus could come down from Muhammad, down Moses, whoever, and they won't get it. So they're just lost, and that's their path to walk, and we have to let them walk it. However, for a lot of the people, I think there are some people that if we just share things that are positive, things that are let's say not victimhood, but the opposite of that, empowerment. I think we'll be able to make a much bigger impact moving forward on this podcast. So that'd be my 2 cents worth moving forward as we go on there and keep straight up bullshit. Because guess what? Living life on your terms, living life that you are the abundance and the prosperity and all the goodness and joy that truly can come from life. We can do that. We can share that. We can empower that, because that's also straight up no bullshit.
Yeah, and joy cometh in the morning. So,
well, you have to support your own thoughts, and you have to support your own successes, but you also have to surround yourself with others that support you, and you support them. When you have people that are constantly invalidating you, it's not a good environment. You need to be around people that believe in you, and you need to believe in you, and you need to believe in the people that are around you. It's the only way that you can move forward. But if you start being around people, then you question yourself. And when you question your own integrity, your own thought, your own success, that's when you no longer have it. You have to be completely certain that this is what I know, this is what I think, this is what I'm going to do. And you need to be around others that are like-minded. And if you're not, I encourage people to switch who they're spending their time around and who they're communicating with, because that's what's holding you back, is trying to be around and trying to be friends with everyone. I'm not saying that you need to be mean to anybody, but you need to really be around people that support you, and you need to support the people that you're around. And if you can't, either one of those can't happen, those people don't belong in your environment.
Absolutely. Tony Robbins calls it the power of the seven. And you want to create everything in your home environment, your work environment, your car, the people you surround yourself. You want them to be uplifting and helping you go towards where it is you say you want to go to, because that's the only way you're going to get there. So, it's the whole mastermind principle. Napoleon Hill talked about it back in the 1930s in a little book called Think and Grow Rich. And I encourage everyone, in Laws of Success, that I would encourage everyone to go to the library and check out, or go on Amazon and purchase, because those books will change your life, without a doubt. But there's so much positivity going on there. There really is.
Well, I can't wait to see what happens in the weeks and months ahead. I mean, look how much we have going on right now, and it's only been a couple days.
Yeah.
He's not even in the office yet. They finally put up the numbers. Because today, I guess they said he won Arizona. I'm like,
he swept. Yeah. He's up to 313, I believe, and she's
awesome.
240 something.
I called 299, so I'm glad to see we're past 300.
Did you really?
I did. I called 299.
Did you call that?
I did. I mean, I was watching it all. It was so funny because so many people are watching other news stations. They're like, "Oh, keep me posted." So I was going in there and doing updates on, hey, he's at 102 and she's at 37, and we were just going up and up and up. And first it was Indiana, Kentucky, South Carolina, and then we added Missouri, Tennessee, Alabama, and Florida, and then Mississippi, Oklahoma, West Virginia came in, and then Ohio, North Dakota, and South Dakota, Wyoming, and then Kansas, Nebraska, and then Pennsylvania, and then then it was the big was North Carolina, Georgia, and Pennsylvania, and then we got Alaska. I mean, it was just awesome. It was so thrilling. It was a phenomenal night to go out there, and then Vegas, watching the Vegas odds changing, and to the point where it got to the point where the last report that I got was 71% Trump win in Vegas, and the probabilities. It was a lot of fun, And then Republicans officially take the Senate, and now I believe they've officially taken the House too, which is great.
I don't think that's finalized yet, but I think if they get the House,
I'm calling it.
You're calling it.
I'm calling it here. It's a clean.
I think if they get the House, it's going to be a very narrow lead, but. Just to get him through.
Yeah.
But I think it'll happen, but I don't think it's officially called yet.
As long as there's no shenanigans going on, because you never know. I mean,
right.
They're not going to pull shenanigans on the big election because they already got where the hands caught in the cookie jar. But maybe they're going to try a little sideswipe here and there. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But all I can say is, with RFK getting in there to make America healthy
great
again,
guy. What a great guy.
Get the CDC and the FDA and all these fucking
Get rid of those people.
And get rid of them, clean them up, whatever you got to do.
He is. He said today that he's going to get rid of a lot of positions and departments in the FDA.
Well, that's how you make more money for the American public is by getting rid of all this government. There's too much government.
Cut the fat, and like Vivek talks about, if you're going to cut the fat, it's better to err on maybe cutting a little bit of the lean muscle as well, because that'll grow back. Whereas if you don't cut enough fat, the poison continues to fester, kind of thing. So, and to have Tulsi Gabbard in there and Elon, talk about efficiency. Holy hell! If we can get the balanced budget, we might, for the first time, not only have a balanced budget, but be able to live, have our country running where we're actually paying off this crazy ass debt that they've run up. I mean, we have some serious. I mean, you got Vivek in there. It's just, I'm excited. There's so much going on. So I don't know about you all, but I'm starting to feel unburdened by what has been. How about you guys?
There's no doubt about it.
Who do you think's going to get the White House press secretary position?
I think Vivek is. I mean,
really?
No one's more. I mean, well, you know what? He's so eloquent, and he can handle any. He can talk to a Republican, Democrat, left, right, center, doesn't matter. And he is so meticulous that I wouldn't be surprised if he got that. I don't know if he will. They might have a bigger position for him, but he would be phenomenal with that.
Okay, and I have a question that I want to ask you.
Okay.
I already know the answer to this, I think, but if you had your choice to pick to vote for president between Hillary Clinton and Harris, who would you guys have picked?
Oh, Jesus.
Do you want to know who I'd pick?
Yeah.
I would definitely take Hillary Clinton over Kamala any day of the week.
Me too. Okay, well, I want to hear what Markus says.
That's a tough one. And
I got a tougher one then.
And I'll tell you why. Because Hillary is so fucking evil, and we haven't gone down these rabbit holes, but there are so many people that she has had taken out.
Yeah.
That I don't think Harris has the gumption as a person to do what Hillary has done. She doesn't have the power. So to me, if it's strictly on them themselves, Harris is a much bigger pushover and could be controlled by the House and the Senate than Hillary could. Now, that being said, we all know that Biden wasn't the run of the fucking country, and so she won't be either. So therefore, are we dealing with them? Or are we dealing with the puppet masters that are really pulling the strings?
Okay, I'm glad you said that.
But,
all right, how about
Hillary is evil. She has taken more. You know how many people that have had cures to cancer? And I'm sorry, I'm going down a rabbit hole here. You guys do your research. You guys look it up. That have cures for cancer. These natural doctors that have disappeared.
I believe that.
Over 100. Over 100.
So you're picking Harris if you had to pick.
I would have to do a write-in. I'd do a write-in.
You got to pick one.
I'd pick Mickey Mouse.
Markus, you got to pick one.
I think Kamala has the power to wipe out the entire country, where
She
the other one doesn't.
Okay, so Marcus, are you would pick Harris then over Clinton, Hillary?
oh Jesus!
It sounds like it.
No, honestly,
What
I'll
it
be
does
honest with
sound
you.
like.
I wouldn't vote. I wouldn't do it.
But you have to pick one.
Why?
I don't know.
It's
Just
my
because
choice.
If you're not
Okay.
decisive, come on.
Okay.
Well,
All right.
am
Here's
decisive.
one.
They're neither one. They're
Okay.
they're both ridiculous in either spot. So
Well, if
honestly,
you can't pick one of them, you're definitely not going to be able to pick now.
All right, what's
So
your
I'll
pick?
ask Don.
What's your pick? What's your pick on the two of them?
Hands down, Hillary.
Absolutely.
I would pick her because I think Bill Clinton was a decent president. I liked his terms. I thought he was a good president back then. So I think just having him sitting at home saying, "Hey, Hills, hold on, wait a minute," I would pick.
Dude, are you
Hillary.
kidding me? Do you think that he's wearing the pants in that family? Come on, come on.
Well, I know after the whole Lewinsky thing, he's not. But
Of course he's not.
okay, so I would have picked Hillary. But let me ask you this, Don, since Marcus probably won't pick either. If you had your choice between Kamala Harris or Michelle Obama, who would you pick?
Oh,
see?
Okay,
Well,
I will chime in
here-
here. I would
here-
pick Hillary because I think
here's who and
Michelle
here's why.
the Obamas are even more evil.
Here's who and
There you go.
here's why.
Right there.
I would take Kamala over Obama because I think Obama, more people believe her. More people would embrace her. Okay? They're both going to take us to the same place. All right? Hell.
Yeah, but
Okay?
Here we go.
Kamala's really far left. But
She is.
But I think Obama, the people are going to embrace her. Even a lot of people that may have voted for Trump, they would embrace
so
Obama.
you think Michelle would close the borders?
I don't think she would do anything more than Kamala would do. I just think that more people would embrace her.
Okay.
So I would vote for Kamala over Obama.
Over Michelle. Okay,
We've
very
got-
interesting.
We got some answers from our audience.
Let's hear
Kathy
it.
has said Hillary just because I can't stand Kamala that much. Okay, that's a good answer. And then Bill says Mike. He says Obama. Mike Obama. I'm not sure how that.
Michelle.
Michael.
Michelle Obama.
Oh, I get what he's saying.
Yeah,
Like,
Michelle's
yeah.
a dude. Yeah, Michael is a dude.
Who said that?
Bill. I'm not
Bill.
sure. Yeah.
Bill, that was a good one, Bill.
Yeah, we
That's
like it,
awesome.
Bill.
Mike,
That's awesome.
you stumped you stumped Marcus. He's like, Mike.
Well, it's just switching the A and E
You're
around.
right.
Right?
We don't know if she's truly a biological female.
Who
There
knows?
you
Who
go.
cares?
She's irrelevant now. Okay, well, those were my questions that I was having trouble answering today, and I was just curious what you guys thought.
I mean, you're talking about rock and hard spot. You know, I'm sorry. I would write in the libertarian that's in there. You know, whether it was Johnson before that or Joe. Gosh, I can't think of her name now. Joe Jorgensen. That's what it was. George Jorgensen. I would have, and I was supporting libertarians back in 2020 because honestly, I personally believed that the Republican Democrat sides, they're two sides of the same coin, and they're basically all part of the neocon bullshit, and they're playing both sides against us as Americans, and we're fucked either way. So until we get term limits in the Senate and in the Congress, House, and in Congress in general, and we start putting some common sense in this stuff, we're never going to, and we get the money out of Washington, we're never going to get America back to where it is. And I think Trump, I'm so excited because honestly, me and Kevin, who's been on our show before a couple of times, we've had these conversations over the last 8-10 years that listen, I'm like, dude, we have to get a third party in here because they're both suck. We're not going to get anywhere until we get big money out of it and we get term limits on these career politicians, because guess what? They were put there as statesmen. They should be statesmen and serving the people. They're public fucking servants. And none of them do that. They're career politicians right now. And until we get that out, the corruption and all the stuff that we're fighting against, that we won today. I mean, I honestly think if you look at Trump and look at Vivek and all of those guys, if you look at them together, they're more libertarian than any Republican has ever been, or Democrat for that matter. So to me, we've won. We've accomplished what I've been hoping for the last couple decades.
I agree.
I read a book called Vultures and Eagles Clothing way back in the day, and I learned about all the corruption and bullshit that's been going on since the early 1900s. And those are rabbit holes. These are discussions. These are Joe Rogan type discussions where we can go on for hours about stuff. And I can share you some crazy ass shit. We talked about some of it in the last one, talking about, referencing the creature of Jekyll Isle and so forth, that these people, they're corrupt. They're corrupt, and all they care about is money, power, and control. And until we get rid of that, and honestly, I don't think Trump's doing this for any of those things. He's doing it for legacy. He wants to make a difference. He truly wants to make America great again, and we've now finally got the chance. And this next 4 months, we have to be so diligent. And I'm so thankful that we've got a warriors of the podcasters, the Joe Rogans, the Megyn Kellys, the Candace Owens, the David Rubins, the PDB guys, all of these people that are not going to stop. They're going to keep pressing on until we truly make America what we know it to be. And I'm telling you, I really think that I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna give him till let's say 4th of July, 2025. It might be 2026. I could be wrong. I've been known to be wrong a few times, but that we're going to start seeing the roaring 80s back again. And we're going to see so much good coming out, because you know what? They got their feet to the fire. They've made some serious promises and serious claims. And I think between RFK, Vivek, Elon Musk, everybody, J.D. Vance, Tulsi Gabbard, they're going to get shit done to the likes we've never seen before. And we are going to have the next 4 years are going to be some of the best 4 years we've ever seen. Probably the best 4 years we've ever seen in this century. That's
another comment I got is, putting the veterans first before the illegal aliens. Obvious.
Absolutely.
And in the chat, I like what Kathy said. She said, Michelle, I was surprised they didn't put her in instead of Kamala.
Yeah.
Kathy, I agree with you. I thought that was coming too. I think there was a lot of us who thought it was coming down the pike.
Too.
And that might have been a whole different election results if that was the case.
But you know what, though? The money wasn't there. And I really do think they put Kamala in there for the money, because she was already on the ticket. And so it was a money game. They already had raised, almost $1 billion.
Well, and she raised a ton from the celebrities.
She's got $20 million in deficit right now. $20 million
deficit.
Does? Her campaign, I saw it today. Her campaign is a $20 million deficit.
Did she have to pay Beyonce? I hope not, because she didn't even perform.
I know. How about it?
Me and Don were very disappointed.
Oh, give me a break.
Well,
I can't believe they're in the hole.
Yeah.
The couple of things I want to mention too is you talk about these guys going in and whether they're more libertarian than Republican. None of that shit really matters to me. What matters to me is you get the right people in.
Correct.
Number one, I think two things are very important here, right? To be able to tell the truth, right?
Yep.
And to be able, actually more than two things, to be able to tell the truth, to follow through with what you say, right? And I don't think these people are doing it for money. I mean, Trump doesn't even take his salary. It's not just Trump. Musk, really? You think he's going to want $200,000? That's probably one of his low-paid guys in his company. Okay,
he was giving away $1 million. A week or something like that.
So I think that. So where I'm going with this thing is, I think that these guys actually want this to be a good place. I think Elon Musk wants it to be a good place. Trump wants to be RFK. These are all good people. And if you look back, if you look at any of the I think the articles, there was ones where Trump, I don't know if it was 30, 40 years ago, where he's like, we really, I see what's going on in politics, and we really need to make some changes in order to make this could be a really, really great place. We just need a little bit of some stuff to change. And this is 30, 40 years ago, this guy was talking about it. And this guy's got loads of money, loads of businesses. Obviously, he's got an ego, but that's good. I mean, I want a president that has an ego, because really when you have an ego, what you do is you're putting your name on your work, right? I did that, right?
Sure.
It's kind of like when they made fun of Biden when the gas went up to $5 a gallon, and they had those stickers that they put on the pump that said, I did that.
Awesome. Yes.
Right? They're making fun of this guy.
Yep.
But a guy with an ego actually says, I did that. and he's being egotistical. We want somebody that has an ego. We
Well,
don't
he's a
want
shrewd businessman, that's for sure.
Without a
Yes,
doubt.
yes, and he wants other people to make money too. That's the important thing, you know. And so I think that these people are there for the right reason, not for the money.
He didn't need the power. He didn't need the money. He just
No.
legitimately cared about America. And
Right.
I believe it.
I
And
do
there's many things we could cite to prove that
Yeah.
to the libtards. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? We're gonna have to do it in these next 4 months until he gets in. But however, if he keeps doing these things and getting things started, with 2 days into it, and he's already got possibly 2 peace treaties going. Holy
Yeah.
fuck!
World leaders are reaching out to him already.
Can you imagine where we're gonna be when he actually puts his hand in the Bible and takes that oath to the Constitution one more time?
And where's Joe?
Yeah.
Where is Joe?
Oh, he made a comment. You know what? We got to do that.
You got to show that. It's hilarious.
We are going to show this. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's right.
Before he puts it on, I want to mention this could be a scary time because AI is so good.
Said he emailed it to you.
To the Don Hanson email. AI looks so real that they're going to be able to make anyone look like they said and did anything. It is
crazy.
It's really
how
kind of
realistic
scary.
it is.
Do it. Send it one more time because it didn't come through to Don Hanson.
Yeah, this was good. This was a good one.
Yeah, send it one more time and I'll pull it up right away.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'll search for it.
And it's so real.
It is. I know. I saw that today. I'm like, oh my! I'm like, what? First, I'm listening to it. I'm like, what did you just say? And I'm like, holy shit! It's awesome. This has been a great show. You know what? And honestly, I would love to hear from our listeners. And did you like this live content? Because obviously, I'll be honest with you, I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I edit. I do all the graphics. I do all of that, and I take pride in it because to me, I want to put out a good product. I want to put things that people that would play it. I'm proud to show that. I'm proud to watch it. I'm proud to share it. But live is so much easier, and honestly, it's a lot more fun.
I like it.
If you liked live, let us know that you liked
great.
live because maybe we'll do more of these live versus.
I think we should, Marcus. I really do because we get instant feedback.
Yeah. Okay. Bill says he likes it. Kathy says, "Awesome. Thank you for the feedback. We appreciate that very much." It was good. And you know what? We're gonna learn how to use some of this technology where we can use the clips and stuff, and we'll just have to be a little more prepared with having clips and things ready to go so we can pull them up there right away. And we can make this thing work really well. So I'm
Marcus, I sent this one to your email this time.
Okay, so I don't know if I have. Oh, actually, you know what? Hold on.
This is a good clip.
Let's see here.
It's funny. It's so funny, but it looks so real. You know.
It does. It draws you in. Like, wait a minute. Did he really make this speech? Yeah, I like the live format better because it's out there right away and it stays relevant.
Yeah.
Well, definitely when we time stuff because we have a couple of podcasts we recorded that are before the election. Now, I will edit those and we'll get them out there just because we spent the time. We might as well share them, but we'll have to put a little. We'll do a little disclaimer ahead of time, kind of thing.
Well, they'll know by the recording date too.
Right.
And they'll know when they start listening when Don says, oh, 31 days before the election, she goes to the border wall. So they'll figure it out that we recorded it a month or two ago.
Right.
Don, I'm not sure how you're sending it. I still have not gotten it.
All right. Well, it's in our text thread. I don't know.
Well, not text thread, email.
I did the emails. I did both the emails.
All right, hold on a second. I'll take care of it. Let me take care of it. You guys continue talking for a little bit while
talk amongst yourselves.
Yes.
So I really feel good about everything that's going on right now, and I think that we all have hope, and I think a lot of people were getting really negative, like thinking, oh my God, it's going to be World War III, which I even thought had she gotten in, it's not going to be 3 months and we're World War. It's what's going to get blown up, what's not, I don't know. I just figure it's going to be chaos.
Our country couldn't handle all these illegal aliens coming in.
No.
Just cannot handle it.
And I mean, the cost of getting rid of all these people, I mean, you think about the cost that this administration has put into us as the American people, not just with all the money that we've given to Ukraine and all this other nonsense. I don't know who we've given money to. and then you put out all these illegals, right, that we let in and we've given all this
Yeah.
money to. Now we have to spend money to pay people to get rid of them. So
Well-
the amount of money that they've cost us, right?
Mhm.
It's mind blowing. So we wonder, oh, why did my real estate taxes go double? Well, why
Yeah.
do you think?
Because they're
Okay?
spending. Well, we have 80,000 new IRS agents we don't have to pay anymore, and we could hire more ICE agents. Because we didn't need all those IRS agents that wonderful Joe put in place over a year ago.
Right?
So they're
Right.
going to find the funding.
Less government is what we need, right?
Yeah.
And I think everyone's got to stand up for it, and everyone's got to say, listen, I think that that we all have to put our feet down and say enough is enough. Okay, we're not making more money. We're making less money with the deflation of the dollar and the inflation of everything else. And you want us to pay more? No, I got a better idea. No, you got to get rid of some of these people. Okay,
You got to spend less.
You got to get rid of some of these organizations. You got to quit giving our money away. I mean, at the end of the day, it's really basic. It's not how much money you got coming in. It's how much money you got going out. And you need to save money in order to
finish building the wall.
Right. Spend it on the right stuff.
It's there.
Yeah.
Stop the bleeding.
Yeah.
Markus, you're muted.
I was muting because I was pulling stuff up. So
Right.
Don, so this that you're doing, this is a conversation between Trump and Biden that you sent over, correct?
No, it's that.
No, don't play that. That's the one I sent you. Don't play that one.
Oh, that's okay. That's what I thought. Okay, shit.
No, that's the one I sent you. Don't play that on the air.
Okay.
Please listen to it when we're off the air.
Okay, so that's okay. So that's not. So which one did you send?
He has the one where Biden's in the Oval Office
that's
behind the
what,
desk.
that's what I thought. Don, you're not sending it. I'm not getting it. Where is it?
Yeah, if your email's not going, don't worry about it, dude.
No, send a text message. Send it via text message.
Yeah, mine you'll have to listen to off the air.
Okay,
It's pretty
all right,
funny.
Thank you,
but-
because I was going to play it. Now I do have this one from Babylon B. So while he's pulling this up, let's play this one. It might be the same one. So let's see. If it's
Here,
not, we'll play them both.
I just sent it to your text direct.
Okay, there I got it. Now I got it. Copy. Technology, you gotta love it. All right.
Especially when you're live, it's even better.
Yeah. Well, it's fun too because I've been watching some of these podcasts because I try to study this stuff because to me it's all about betterment. And you know what? It's amazing what they do and get away with. And like, I'm always editing all the fuck ups up and little blurps and whatever, and they just run with it and they don't care. They just keep going. It's like,
And
okay.
and that's what I think.
Yeah.
I think I
Be
mean,
real.
I love your editing. It's great, but
yeah. Okay, so let's take a look here. Okay, so here we go. So let me pull this up here. All right, so this was on X. All right, let me pause this. Pause. Hold on. Oh yeah, this is good. This is supposed to be good.
And this is AI, so just it shows you how they're going to be screwing with everybody. With this guy said this or this guy did that.
So there's one from Babylon B that we'll have to play after this. It's actually 4 minutes long, so it'll be interesting to see what it is. But hey, let's roll with this. Let's roll this clip. Let me maximize this. Volume is up. All right, let's share the screen, and here we go. All right, share the audio. All right. There we go.
My fellow Americans and autists who voted for Trump, it's your boy Dank Brandon here. I want to take a moment to congratulate the DNC on losing another election to Donald Trump. You replaced me with a candidate who has the same likability as Greasy, hobo taint and expected to win, and they say I'm the retarded one. The Democrats said that I was too old, that I was too slow, that I was a joke. Well, here's a joke for you. What do Willie Brown and the 2024 presidential election have in common? Kamala Harris blew both of them. I shouldn't have said that. But seriously, I mean, first Hillary loses to Donald and now Kamala. This man has beaten more women than Doug Emhoff. Anyways, congrats on losing to Hitler again. I hope he locked you all up this time. Thank Brandon out.
Oh
my fellow Americans.
That is awesome.
that is fantastic.
That's awesome. Hey, there's this one. That's phenomenal. I love it. I love it. This is Babylon B put together something. Do you guys want to let me roll it?
Yeah, roll it. Let's see what you got.
Let's see what it is. I've never seen it. I just Googled it as I was trying to find it. Something. So
Uh-oh.
here we go. I have no idea what's going on here. Oh, hello, sound.
The sound thing's off.
What the hell?
Your sound's off. Hit
Yeah.
the sound.
Okay. I'm getting it. I see it. Okay. There we go.
We also need Ukraine to make changes to fix the broken immigration system here.
Did we just say Ukraine? Fix it! Somebody fix it quick!
I'm on it. We also need Congress to make the changes to fix the broken immigration system here at home.
Oh, that was a close one, but I think we got away with it.
Shut up, you dog-faced pony soldier.
Hey, come on, man. We are a doddering old man that gets to be the president, okay? How cool is that?
Who wants an ice cream cone?
All right, all of you, shut up. Whose freaking fault was that just now? Who said Ukraine needs to fix the immigration system?
Sorry. Dementia? How'd you get in here, buddy?
This is funny.
I don't know.
All right, get out right now.
Okay. All right. This way. Yeah. Oh, there we go. That's a good way, too. Hey, take my ice cream cone. You like my ice cream cone?
Yeah. I'm not that, be that guy again, but while we're all arguing about this, who's running the speech? We need to choose our words.
There is some movement, and I don't want to choose my words.
No, don't say choose my words out loud. That's just the part I say in here.
There's some movement. There's been a response from
From Hamas!
There's been a response from
The opposition!
the opposition.
The opposition? Why did you say the opposition?
It's
just
okay.
what I do.
Yes, I'm sorry. From Hamas.
Why does he keep glitching like this?
Sorry. Wasn't I supposed to unplug this?
Oh, Dementia, how'd you get in here, buddy?
I was walking around and here I was.
Well, why don't we just go this way and we'll get you some Jell-O, okay? Doesn't that sound good? Jell-O!
The French president is Mitterrand.
I sat down and I said, America's back. And Mitterrand from Germany.
From France!
All right, I'm gonna cancel it. We're done. That's a long video, but that's funny as shit. So
Yeah.
But
There'll be plenty more, I'll tell you.
It's everybody's been making fun of everybody. Bottom line is, let's hope some good stuff comes out of this. Everybody.
There's
gonna be criticism going in all ways. Let's hope the right things happen. Crimes. There's punishment for the crimes, and the people that are creating all these crimes get ousted from the government, and move on. Let's be prosperous, and that's really what it boils down to.
Well, time will tell, I'm sure.
Yeah,
time will tell. There's no question about it.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, we've got an hour and a half here, so I'm going to say let's let everybody get back to doing what they're doing, finish up their evening here. But I so appreciate the conversation. This has been great. I think this new live format is going to be good, and we'll mix this in with regular ones, and we'll have some fun. We'll have some fun, and hopefully we'll get more interaction from our audience, and maybe this will help grow our audience too. So if you liked what you heard here today, please like, subscribe, but most importantly, tell a few people about it. Send a link to it, to our YouTube channel, our Rumble channel, or audio if it's Spotify, Pandora, wherever you're on, Apple Podcast, and share it with people, because that's how you help us grow this, and how we can keep sharing the truth and opening up people's eyes, and really make America great again, because that's what it's all about. We're on the path, and we're going to keep on keeping on. So until next time, we'll see you on Straight Up No Bullshit. Cheers, everyone.
See you guys.
Here we go.
Thank you for tuning in to the Straight Up No Bullshit, the Don Hanston Show. We hope we enlightened you and expanded your perspectives with our bold and honest discussions about what might be holding you back from being your genuine self. And with a simple click to subscribe, we'll invite you back to the next episode. If you want to know more, go to straightupnobullshit.com. We'll see you next time.
That was great. That was really good.